Salutations and greetings, comrades. Today I'd like to talk about layouts in architecture. I've talked about the methods of detailing and everything else, and I just feel obligated to bring you a tutorial on layout, which is absolutely the most important thing in architecture and design. What most people don't understand is that Minecraft is simply a medium used to express one's understanding of art and architecture, so buildings and such. Thus being said, if you want to be better at building in Minecraft, I highly recommend studying architecture or, taking a course online. But think of a building in architecture as a complex that serves a purpose, a function in real life. So keep in mind the amount of space you have, the amount of rooms it will encompass, and its overall use in reality. With this in mind, it's good to take note of artistic values and things that please the eye. Think of a large structure, a cathedral or a castle, made up of different components or rooms. All of these rooms or components work together to have the entire thing function properly, and are all interdependent on each other for it to look good or for it to do its job. Same as in a bike or the human body. It all works together to create one goal or one achievement. So what most people will tend to use is called a structural layout or a floor plan, ground plan, whatever you want to call it. Essentially what this is just a drawing of some sort or sketch of what your building floor plan will look like. So you'll have a bunch of compartments that are labeled, areas that will have a larger height than others, essentially planning the skeleton of the build. And this is very important in understanding how the buildings are connected with each other. So here in my world, here in my garage, I have this Cinderella castle that I'm showing to you right now, which is actually a project I've been working on for a long time. But as you can see, I have broken it down into many layers. So you'll have buildings on top of buildings, but in the end it all creates one structure. So I'll have towers on the outskirt of the actual build, and then I'll have this large, canopy or structure with more towers on it. It's essentially just pieces like Legos, Anyways, I've actually started a layout in this world as well, as you will obviously see once you continue in the video. But it's a floor plan and it elevates with towers, and you can actually see the mini model of what I would build if I were building a structure. So most people use mini models to really get a grasp and an idea of what they will build in their structure. I'll put a picture up of a castle, but essentially what a castle was, it was defensive and offensive in nature. It was a very large fortified structure in Europe and the Middle East during the Middle Ages, and represented nobility and power. It was the center of control for administration, artillery, and planning for public and private defense. Its purpose was to, of course, defend against raids and go through administration. It was usually built from earth and timber and later stone. But of course, some castles were built for glamour, appearance, luxury in peacetime. And of course, other castles were defensive in nature and was really there for power and control. What really set most castles apart were the way they were built. If you take any castle, you will see moats, and you will see that progressively towards the center of the castle, it gets higher. The highest point is where the human eye is captured at the center of attention. And of course, they try to make it hard for the enemy or flanking whatever groups of people to try to get towards that high point. It's very complex, but in the simplest form, you will find that the base is actually the largest part of the castle, and it just slowly progresses up. Whether it be Islam, ancient Roman, Renaissance, Gothic, Baroque, Neoclassical, Historicism, or even modern, Every one of these architectural styles uses a different amount of elevation and symmetry to portray and not only an idea but a dialogue. It's really important to take note when studying these types of architecture, trends in each style, what it's known for, usually the roofs, how buildings are connected, and most importantly, the layout. So I'm actually going to go into Microsoft Paint or GIMP and show you an example of how to make a pretty decent layout in minutes to plan your structure. So we are going to start our layout with these shapes in Microsoft Paint. We're going to start with the whoops. Should we use orange? No, let's use black first. Let's start with a square. We're going to go for an asymmetrical palace. And commentary is going to be very boring. I'm very sorry about that, but yes, we'll have that here. And what is that music playing? I'm sorry about that. My mom is playing some very weird music that I honestly don't like, and it's distracting me, but whatever. That's her opinion and taste. So what we have here is this is the center, and this being the side of the actual build. I really don't like it. I personally don't like, I don't find it pleasing to see the size of the build being larger than the center of the build. I think the center of the build really holds potential. But that really depends on what type of style you're doing, because in some styles, the center of the build being smaller in proportion is actually a lot pleasing to the eye than others, but yeah. So we need something for this back because I don't want a naked back. And that will do. And then we can have sort of like a chapels and cathedrals. I'm not sure if any of you have seen that, but they are very cool. So we'll have this in the center. Yeah, larger than expected. And we can have this here. And then we can have curves. Indubitably. Not curves, sorry, I don't know what these are called. Whoops, what was that? I didn't know you could do that. My mouth is very dry. Let me just get a drink of water, I'm sorry. Oh my. Okay. Why do I keep doing that? It's finished. Why does it do that? Oh my god. It wasn't doing that before. I'll just use this. Sorry, my bad. Oh wait, I kind of know how to use it now. Oh wait, what? Whatever. Actually, wouldn't even need a curve. I think it's just better straight. So it's looking pretty decent so far. Let's just erase it to make it look cleaner and, a lot more sense. Sorry for the lack of conversation. I haven't talked to a lot of people in a while, and it makes me feel kinda sad. No need to be a victim of anything, or for that case matter, but I just don't. It doesn't feel good. Whoops, I messed that up. Okay. These two towers will be left alone. And let's copy and paste this over to the other side. What? Sorry, this is like my first time using, or my third time using this actually. I don't use this program a lot. Flip horizontally. There we go. let's work on the second layer. Okay, as you can see, these divides represent different heights of buildings that you could be using. So, you know, this could be the lowest, and this could be higher than this. And these towers can actually be higher or lower than what you want. I recommend these towers be lower because I think that would look really nice. So let us start with orange as our second layer. Yeah, let's have a tower right here. Yeah, that makes... yeah, let's do that. Or not a tower, my bad. What would you describe it? Just a separate building. Yeah. And then we could go like this in the center. Already start with a tower, which if you have just a flat surface and then a tower, it looks very odd. It would make more sense to add more of a base to this tower. So let us go like this. And I kid you not, I am actually not an expert in architecture at all. I'm still learning just like anyone else, but just trying to help the world. And I know lots of people will criticize me saying, oh my god, you're so bad. You just stop building. And you know, I don't care. You can't tell me what to do. It's a free country. Yeah, it looks about right. We could have a tower here. What did I do? There we go. I wish I could just have a soundproof room. Just don't want to hear any of that stuff outside, but whatever. Tower here, because why not? Can I not do this? And actually, this and this could actually be lower than, you know, all the other things. I'm just representing them in, you know, in a different light, but of course, the tallest and highest layer will be represented by blue. Well, I don't know why you... whoa, what the heck am I doing? Sorry. Whoops. Yes, blue. Let's use blue. So, of course, we can have another tower right here on top of the tower. And you're asking yourself, well, how do you do that? Do you just make the roof of this tower flat? Of course you don't have to. You could use a curved roof or a dome. And then you can have this tower on top of that. As long as it looks, you know, within the means of science and gravity, then yeah, it looks good. You can put this here, whatever you want. And yeah, that's basically it. That's how you do a, you know, a fundamental good layout. Whether or not you will follow this video is completely up to you. But I really hope you enjoyed it. If you need my help, just, you know, message me or comment on me YouTube. And yeah, I hope you have a good day. I'll see you next video, and goodbye.